If he shows up and does the exact right thing, he can win the fight. If he don't do the right thing, which I don't see him doing, I don't know why he would at this point in his career. I don't know.
Spectacular. I told everybody Terence Crawford's pound for pound number one. Most journalists and writers in the sport have ranked Terence Crawford.
Difficult. He needs to handle and maintain the speed and improve his power. That's what I did. Like, maintain your speed and...
All right, guys, you've got one fighter who's smaller, sharper, and built for war, and that's Gervonta Tank Davis. But across from him stands a guy who's bigger, heavier, and clearly not a top-tier pro. Now here's the thing, when you've got power, precision, and pure ring IQ like Tank, size stops mattering real quick. He's not just trying to win, he's trying to dominate. From the first bell, you can almost feel that quiet confidence, the kind of energy that says, I've been here before.
You're leaning towards Crawford, is that correct?
I'm not saying I'm leaning towards him. I love both guys. Both guys are great fighters. Well, I can't say I'm leaning. I am leaning toward Crawford. I am. And not because Canelo is not a great fighter, but because I don't know. There's a lot of I don't knows about Canelo. You feel me? So I don't know if Canelo is hungry. I know Bud is hungry. Bud stays hungry. I don't know if Canelo's hungry. Bud has never got the recognition for what he deserves like Canelo has. You understand me? So Bud is still hungry for that recognition. When you're hungry like that, a determined man, it's very hard to detour.
Tank Davis doesn't step in the ring to play tag. He comes to destroy. And in this matchup, it's not about muscle, it's about mind. He steadies you, breaks you down, and when you make one mistake, it's lights out. You can tell from his calm demeanor, the man's a professional predator. His opponent might have the size advantage, but he doesn't have the killer instinct. And that, my friends, is what separates a fighter from a real warrior.
Probably in your top 10, maybe even your top 5.
Where do you rank Terence, in your opinion?
I put him in the top 15, maybe the top 10. Because he definitely has the skill of a top 5. Just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get. And that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class look like nobody. That's pretty damn good. Now he proved what we already thought. We just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, this is the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. Yeah. He reminds me of Roy. We ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class. We want the best opposition near our weight class.
There's been discussion that maybe, Crawford and Inoue are going back and forth tussling for pound for pound, that maybe Inoue because of the multiple weight divisions. You're shaking your head no. Tell me why no.
Because Inoue also, when he first moved up, he lost to Donaire. Don't forget that. Bud ain't lost nobody. Moving up or down, he moved up 3 times. He lost nobody. Don't tell me he better than Bud, no.
Now let's talk about what makes this fight so fascinating. The public keeps asking, can Tank handle someone bigger? The truth is, Tank's been doing that his whole career. It's not new. He uses that low stance, that tight guard, and those explosive counterpunches to flip the script every single time. Watch closely, you'll see the rhythm, the timing, the patience. This isn't brawling. It's cold-blooded strategy. That's why every opponent walks in confident and walks out confused.
Canelo Alvarez has been a great fighter his whole career. People like Erislandy Lara gave you the blueprint on how to beat him. People like Floyd Mayweather also gave you the blueprint on how to beat him. But Bud is more fierce, more fearsome, and more angrier and more meaner than both of those guys. So if they showed you the blueprint, Bud gonna go out there, take that blueprint and do even more with it, which is what Bud did. So it was never a question in my mind whether Bud really was going to outbox me, just if he could take the punch. And right away he showed, bam, he could take the punch. So I knew from that point, if he just slow him down, which he did, he'd be okay. Then late in the fight, what other people still didn't see, late in the fight, Bud started hitting Canelo's body. One of those body shots, I think about the 7th or 8th round, hurt Canelo. I was like, whoa. Bud hit him in the right spot then, and he got Canelo's respect with that too. So Bud fought a very, very awesome fight, fought a beautiful fight, very tactical.
Very controlled.
Yes, it was a beautiful fight for boxing.
It was a beautiful fight. Bud got hit with some shots.
He did. He got
hit with some single shots going out. He's going out and Canelo, if he has you trapped in the corner or along the ropes, it's typically 1 to 2 big shots. You know that if you've watched him.
Yep.
So you could tell Crawford, as he was going out, he knew the one shot was coming, and several times it landed. He even got hit with a 2-piece. I don't remember what round it was, uppercut right hand that Crawford took well. So when you started seeing him absorb the shots, if you're Team Crawford, you don't want him to take that shot. But if you started seeing that, now you know that, okay. And I think that's what gave Crawford the green light to stay there a little bit longer.
He smiled about it.
He smiled about it.
Yeah.
And sometimes that smile can be a lie. And sometimes that smile can mean what I think it meant for Crawford, which is, oh.
All right, let's keep it real. Tank Davis is a violent human being in the ring. He's the type who hits you once, and suddenly you're questioning your entire career. His power is deceptive. It's not wild swinging. It's compact, technical destruction. He waits for that perfect opening, and boom, he sends a message. Every punch is a statement, and that's why fans call him Tank. Not just for the nickname, but because when he moves forward, you either move back or hit the floor.
Floyd Mayweather is still greater than Terence Crawford. We need to really talk about this now. A lot of you guys are putting Crawford a bit too high. If you want to say Crawford could beat Floyd, I'm more open to that conversation. But when you're lining up the careers, I'm going to say Floyd every time. While they're both 5 division, Bud has become 3-time undisputed, but he's only fought 10 world champions to Floyd's 25 world champions. You can't take away the 5 division, 3-time undisputed. In terms of accolades, yeah, he probably gets the nod over Floyd. I say their accolades are about relative, considering Floyd Mayweather won Fighter of the Decade as well. But when you get to the resumes, Pacquiao, Oscar, Canelo, Cotto, Mosley, Castillo, Marquez, Zab, Gotti, Hatton, and Corley. There's probably way more people that this guy just didn't name. And then when you get to Bud's resume, not saying it's just bad, but the only names that's really worth mentioning is going to be Spence and Canelo. It's not a knock on Bud. Bud was not able to make those fights early on in his career. But I got to tell you guys what it is. Bud's resume just doesn't line up with Floyd's. Take their top 20 wins. Bud don't even got 20 wins to really sit here and name. Floyd got a good 20-something plus. Bud probably got about 10 wins that we could really sit here and name. Floyd's still greater than Bud in my opinion.
Here's what people forget. Tank's not just a knockout artist. He's a technician. Every step, every angle, every feint has purpose. You don't become elite by relying on power alone. He studied Mayweather, absorbed that discipline, and evolved it into something darker, more dangerous. His style is patient chaos, silent one moment, explosive the next. You can see it in his eyes. There's no emotion, just focus. That's not confidence, that's certainty.
What's happening, fight fans around the world? I know how y'all are. I know y'all enjoy this thing of boxing. I know we play games and people have their issues and people have opinions. It's cool too. I got opinions and I'm allowed to say my opinions or speak my opinions. And if somebody was trying to send me a subliminal message, it worked. Because if you want to prove that you're better than me, I'm always better. Wide open. Ready to go. It's called.
Next voice. Meanwhile, the other guy? He's stepping into a storm he doesn't fully understand. Bigger or not, when that bell rings, size won't save you. You can feel it. Tank's already in control before a single punch lands. The way he paces, the way he measures distance, it's psychological warfare. Every second he's breaking you down mentally, waiting for the body to follow. That's the art of destruction, and few in boxing today do it better.
Is there something that you want to elaborate on, or is there something that maybe you don't like about Floyd?
One thing I don't like is that you don't respect elders. You talk about Muhammad Ali got beat by an 8-0 fighter. That 8-0 fighter was an Olympian who was a monster, who, if you had a monster like that in your weight class, you wouldn't fight him at that time. You understand where I'm coming from? So, that being said, you're disrespecting the greatest fighter of all time. And if you disrespect him, you disrespect anybody. So you have no respect. But when you see me, you're going to have some respect. Because if you want to get it, we can get it. I'm willing to go earn my respect.
But I didn't hear you say anything disrespectful about Floyd.
I never do. I'm not the disrespectful type of guy. That's not who I am. I'm the type of guy. The reason I'm not disrespectful is because when I say something, I'm ready to die for it. So if I say this, I'm willing to die for this. You understand me?
You stand on it.
I stand on it. You understand me? I'm not, like I said, I don't think LeBron is not a great player. I'm not one of the greatest players of all time. But if you ask me, in your opinion, my opinion, which I'm entitled to, you think LeBron and Mike. I'm going to say Mike because I saw what Mike went through to get where he got. So I got my own reason why I'm going to probably like Mike. I'm not saying just you're trash. No, you're not. I'm not saying you're not a great player.
Right.
I'm not saying you're not one of the top 5. Because you could beat it. You feel me? And in most people's opinion, you probably are. Some people's opinion, you probably top one. I can't say, oh, I'm right and everybody's wrong. No, that's just my opinion.
Right.
I'm entitled to my opinion.
Right.
But I will fight about my opinion.
Right.
So if you got a problem with my opinion, whoever.
And when you talk about controlled aggression, this is it. Tank doesn't waste motion. He's efficient, ruthless, and surgical. You'll never see panic in his corner because he doesn't fight with emotion, he fights with calculation. You can tell he's been molded by experience, sharpened by pain, and motivated by something deeper than just fame. Every time he steps inside those ropes, it's personal. It's legacy, it's pride, it's a statement to every doubter who ever said he couldn't hang with the big boys.
Top 5?
No, not in my book. No,
not even top 10.
Maybe top 10 in my book, yeah, but not top 5.
10.
He's maybe top 10, but not top 5. Floyd can fight, don't get it wrong. Floyd can fight. But here's what my problem is. Well, I understand, I know you're a Floyd fan, but here's my problem. Who did Floyd fight that was on his level when he fought him? Only Canelo. That's it. Don't give me that stuff about the other guy that was going to prison. He know he going to prison when he get through. And then to take it even further.
He fought Cotto.
Cotto was not on his level. Wait. See, stop. Let me finish first. Cotto.
You asked me a question.
Cotto already was done. And Cotto an all-time great? No. Cotto's an all-time Puerto Rican great. Cotto's not an all-time great in boxing.
I agree with you.
He's an all-time Puerto Rican great.
I agree.
All right? So that's not a great fight. That's not on your level. Pacquiao. You waited till Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez before you fought him. If you'd have fought him 4 years ago, it'd have been something. Because both of y'all were here. We'd have found out who the best was. You waited till Marquez knocked him out, now you fought him. If I wait till somebody beat James Toney before I fight him, do I get credit for being the greatest fighter of all time because I beat James Toney?
No, you don't.
No, I don't. So my point is, you didn't do it the right way. You know that. Who else did you fight besides them best 2 names you can pull up besides Canelo?
What I'm saying is that who do you think around that time would have even beaten Floyd that he didn't fight?
So my point is, I'm not going to say who
because I can't name a person.
I'm not going to say who would have beat Floyd. Like I said, I'm just saying Floyd never fought nobody that was of his equal. He didn't fight a James Toney. He didn't go looking for it.
All right, guys, here's where it gets real. Tank's energy is magnetic. Love him or hate him, you watch. Because he brings that raw street energy into the ring but channels it with discipline. That's what makes him dangerous. You never know when he'll explode. 1 minute he's calm, the next, bang, it's over. No warning, no build-up, just devastation. That unpredictability keeps opponents frozen and fans addicted. Every fight feels like something could go down right now. Next voice. And if we're being honest, that's what makes Tank a superstar. It's not just the knockouts, it's the aura. The walkouts, the stare downs, the cold interviews where he barely says a word.
If we kept it to MMA fighters trying out boxing, I think it's a lot safer for an MMA fighter to try out boxing. If you get a boxer inside the octagon, man, there's so many elements that they're unfamiliar with. The head kicking and the body kicking and the choking and the arm bending and the ankle twisting and all that. It's a lot, and it could be really dangerous for Floyd to join an MMA match. So I would strongly suggest he reconsider.
Would you want to fight him?
Floyd Mayweather? Floyd Mayweather weighs like 150. I'm like 220. I'll hurt Floyd Mayweather.
That silence speaks volumes. It says, you already know what's coming. It's not arrogance, it's inevitability. He's built his entire career off proving people wrong and shutting mouths violently. In a sport full of talkers, he lets his fists do the speaking, and the message is always clear. Next voice. So as we head into this fight, remember this: power means nothing without control, and fear means nothing when you've seen it all before. Tank Davis isn't just fighting another man, he's fighting to maintain his dominance, his brand, and his throne. The question isn't can he win? It's how long will it take? Because when Tank gets that look in his eye, the kind that says time's up, you already know the ending. And that's why this fight. It's not competition. It's execution.